Hello, this is Shayna. I am here with a different kind of flip through than I've done before. This is my bullet journal flip through. I started my bullet journal in May of 2017. I am still going with it. However, I have switched out of this bullet journal into a new one that I'm setting up new and fresh for 2019. I am a big proponent of using what you have, so I was fully planning on using the rest of this just to finish out until I had no more pages. But I changed my mind when I saw that Clever Fox had come out with a dotted notebook. So I really wanted bright white pages. The Leuchtturm, I forget how to pronounce it, is great. It's great for a starter. I didn't like the ivory pages. I watched a ton of comparison videos. I was planning on getting the Scribbles That Matter, actually, but I saw the Clever Fox dotted notebook and I just went for it. I didn't even think about it. So that ended that decision. I still might try a Scribbles That Matter at some point, but for now I'm fairly happy. So you'll see that this isn't a Leuchtturm cover. This is actually a Foxy Fix Sugar Blueberry notebook jacket. They have the notebook jackets and they have the Perfect Fit covers. And I really wanted something that actually fit as the cover instead of the cover I had, which is a harder cover, and it was just a black one. But I didn't like seeing the cover of it, although I kind of regret that decision now, and of course the Perfect Fit are gone for now until spring, so I'll have to get some then. But I did also get a Sugar Cotton Candy in this size and this color, which kind of bums me out because I got them and turns out the Clever Fox dotted notebook is a little thinner, so it doesn't work in this. But I'm gonna keep them for if I switch to a Scribbles That Matter or whatever. I will not probably be switching back to a Leuchtturm just because I have been seeing far too often that their paper quality went down and that like everything ghosts in it now, which I don't mind ghosting. I actually kind of enjoy it, but the examples I was seeing was actually a little bit too much ghosting for me even, so I don't think I'll go back to that unless they bring their paper quality back up. But I might try the Scribbles That Matter, I don't know, we'll see. But this is, like I said, a Sugar Blueberry. It has turquoise stitch, mint elastic, no embossing on the front or the spine, which is unusual for me, but that's okay. This is an A5 Leuchtturm bullet journal. It's the black one, not the bullet journal, the official bullet journal, but just the black one. So this is obviously the index. The Leuchtturm do come with 3 pages of index pages. I didn't really use this at all, like whatsoever. I just wrote in it. I never actually referred to this when trying to find my pages. So I don't know, it was kind of pointless. I have my how many spaces across and down on this Banana Doodle Shop sticky note. And I started again in May of 2017. I did get this earlier than that, but I didn't start until May because I had serious anxiety about starting in a new notebook, which I know everybody pretty much has. But I just kind of went for it. I lettered the hello, I stamped this fox in, kind of outlined it, and then added the flowers. And it's not my favorite thing ever, but it was a start, and that's all I needed. So I set up, I was doing really simple. All of this lavender stuff wasn't there. It was just the purple and the basic habit tracker, sleep log, mood track, step log, stuff like that. But then I went back and added this after watching Amanda Rachley's video where she did the lavender. And so I kind of added it everywhere. But I did also add in, like at the bottom here, who I got the inspiration for the page from, because I couldn't come up with this stuff on my own, so I went and found other people who did. But I really wanted to credit who I got the idea from. So I really enjoyed this a lot, actually, so I really like the simple look. In June, I went for a little more artistic, so this was a drawing which it doesn't look like much, but I did this completely freehand, which is not something I normally do, ever. Without, like, I don't ever draw without reference photos, so this was really hard for me, but it works. I used Tombows with it, so I went with, like, the donuts theme. And I did all of this freehand, which, again, not that impressive, but for me, it was a lot. So I really like my fox donut up here. There's habit trackers, which I did awful with my habits that month. I tried to combine my trackers together. It did not work for me. And plus my Fitbit broke, so I couldn't even log my steps. And then I was actually doing week on one page. And 2-page. Like, I was just trying different setups to see what worked for me. That's kind of what I was trying to do with this initially, was I was just trying different things to see what did and didn't work for me. So there's my Fitbit tracker, and then obviously Fitbit broke, so I stopped. My Instagram tracker, which I was awful with pretty much all of 2018. My Big Magic tracker for when I read that book. And then I started doing a review in June of my bullet journal, not like of my life. So this was just what worked, what didn't work, what I wanted to try, stuff like that, for the next month. So this is July. This was traced from a coloring page, and then I colored it in. I actually did colored pencils first through this month. I didn't like it, so then I went over with water to try and save it, and I like it a lot more now. And then this was like JULY in hieroglyphics. So I've got like a papyri here. I've got the pyramids with stars, and then I really liked this habit tracker that I saw Andy Wrights Bujo do. I really liked that one. Instagram tracker, and then I tried something a little different in this one. I kind of rolled with the theme because I am obsessed with ancient Egypt. I am a total Egyptophile. So I did the 42 Ideals of Ma'at, which I did take that and this drawing from somewhere else, and I credited them below. I did a sleep, which I hated the way this turned out, but that's okay. I did more of the pyramids, and this was a time tracker, which it looks like I kept up with, but I actually didn't. A lot of these I guessed on. It just didn't really work for me, even though I like the page filled out. I did some spending tracker pages, which I did in the last month too, but I didn't feel like sharing it. So I just kind of went with some patterns. Girl Wash Your Face was a book that was being read in the Bohoberry book club, which so was Big Magic. I started with that one. I did actually finish this book, even though I never went back and updated it, but this is just supposed to be like a wall with a doorway. This is from veritablehokum.com, and it is the Egyptian god family tree. So I drew it out here, which I think is really neat because I'm, like I said, obsessed. So here's my week on 2 page. This was off of like Luxor temple. So I did that, and then like my water tracker and stuff. I did a different kind of setup here that I really actually liked. So I did another one, and this is supposed to be an obelisk. And then cartouches for the dates. I would really, really like this month. Like, I don't think I'll ever top this month. This is just a wall. And I did the different names of Hatshepsut, because this is supposed to be like her temple. That I took this, like I took a picture of her temple and kind of did the color, stuff like that. But it's the different royal names of Hatshepsut. And then this I kind of tried a different kind of thing. So here's the symbol for Amun-Ra and the symbol for Horus, and what each of the different symbols combined to make this symbol mean. So like this one is for touch, the circle is for sight, the actual, this one is for, like, the white space here is for smell, this white space is for hearing, this, like, the eyebrow is for thought, this squiggly is for taste. I think that's really neat, so I added that in there too. And then this was like, I can't even think of the name, what they wore on there, like their chest plate design. And that was done, I think, all in Tompos with the watercolor brush. And then this is a map of ancient Egypt and where different places are, which I did take that from somewhere else because there's no way I would have done this myself. And then I have the 18th dynasty family tree, which is the dynasty I enjoy the most, which is the dynasty of Nefertiti. This is traced off of a coloring page of Nefertiti. So I traced that whole family tree of the 18th dynasty from, I think I got that from somebody else. And then somebody, I didn't finish this, but I'm in the Inappropriate Bullet Journal Inspiration Group, and Dean, one of the admins, challenged us to do a spread in our bullet journals, 10 things of something that you're interested in, 10 facts that you know. So I did that in here. So this is 10 things I know about Egyptology, and I didn't finish this page, but that is okay. I called it good. I got all my information in there. So then I did a review, not super pretty page, but whatever. For August, I did a taco picnic theme. So there's taco I drew. There's my month, my Instagram tracker, which is, you know, obviously the Instagram symbol. I loved this habit tracker. Love, love, love this habit tracker. So I took that one from Andy Wright's Bujo, obviously put it over 2 spreads and made it like a taco picnic theme. Obviously. Here's my sleep tracker. I still did a time tracker. Didn't really work out for me anyway. Fitbit tracker, my steps, my spending log. I was supposed to put a book tracker here and never actually did, so I just called it good, left it blank. So this month I decided to do dailies. So I took this setup from A Lukewarm Mess, and I kind of made it my own, so it kind of looks like it's riveted on with shadow, you know. So I just kind of went real basic. I just wanted to see if the layout would work for me in the first place, which it kind of did. I have like a today's section, a to-do section, my food section, and 1 line a day. So I just kind of added freebie stickers that I had. Why did I buy Baby Shark though? Hashtag mom life. So I just kind of tried different headers, different colors with my mild liners, different stickers, and it worked. I liked it. And then I tried something a little different, so I kind of changed it up and made it a little less separated and 2 columns. I really liked this one. So I kept the same sections mostly. This is a today section that I didn't label, a to-do section. I added a weather section, a food section, which I call noms, and a 1 line a day. So I kept that up for a while, just plain. For a while. Then I started doing other things to kind of add some decoration without adding decoration. And then here's my August review, which I made to look like boxes. So I just went over, you know, what worked, what failed, what I wanted to change. I'm not the biggest fan of this because this is not how I wanted this to turn out, which is no one's fault but mine, but this is my September page. And this was actually a stencil from Journal This Now, which is awesome. It's a honeycomb stencil. So I colored it in, added some leaves. I don't hate it. I actually kind of like it. It's just not what I envisioned. So September is the month that I started school. I was deep into school, and I really didn't have time to bullet journal for how I use it. I kind of back planned stuff instead of using it as a forward planner, so I didn't really have time, and I was using it more as a tracker. So to keep up with it, I just did this really, really basic thing. So it's just a layout with some mild liner colors, and that's it. Just my logs. and that's it. And it really worked for me. I really like just doing the trackers because I have a planner. You guys know I have a planner. So I didn't need to track all that daily stuff in here. But so anyway, I did a September review, which was really small since I didn't have much. And then I just drew this in here. I drew this for my October page, which I really liked. My monthly, which I really liked the headers that I did throughout all of October. But this page is one of my favorite pages I've ever done. I think I got the idea of putting like little confetti and stuff from Plantiful on Instagram, but this memory page is probably one of my favorite things I've ever done, especially my bounce house. I thought that was really neat. So there's that, and then I did like a goals page for the month, which I only accomplished half of them, which is fine. My habit tracker, sleep steps, weekly Fitbit, Instagram, and that's it. So I'm at this point, I'm just strictly trackers. And then my October review, which this is supposed to look like a candy bag. And then my November, I did this fox drawing that I got from somewhere else. And then I did this spread, which is new words. This is my son's new words for October, because I didn't actually track it in October. And then November. Obviously, there's a lot more in November. I did a memories page, which I kind of failed on, so I kind of threw random things in here, and then I did the background again. Okay, so this is my habit tracker. I do separate all of my habits into separate calendars. It just kind of helps me be able to kind of see everything individually. I have my Instagram tracker as usual. I keep track of how many posts I did in general, how many had products from my PR teams. And I really liked the design of these and the colors that I chose for fall. This is my sleep and my step log. I log when I fell asleep and when I woke up, and I log it starting the day I fell asleep, and then I put it, obviously, but you wouldn't, a lot of people have that question, but I would presume start it on the day that you fell asleep, which is what I do. And then I just put how many hours that totaled of actual sleep I got, because I have a Fitbit, so it tells me all this stuff of when I actually was sleeping. So, and then I have my step tracker for my Fitbit. And then this is a 10 things to focus on instead of school. And most of this is all Tombows here. But this I actually tried again with colored pencils. You know, I tried that back in my July with Egypt, and I didn't like how light it was. But I tried it again, this time after watching some YouTube blending videos, and I thought I did a much better job. I really like it for, you know, kind of a beginner in blending and stuff. So yeah, this is just a list of things to focus on instead of school, because I did stop going to school. I don't know if I said anything about that, but I did start going back to school, to college, and my husband did too, and we just decided that for our family it was better if I did not, which is okay because I've never been a school person, so it's just time for me to give it up for now. So this is just because I kind of felt like a failure. I wanted to come up with a list of things that I wanted to focus on in my life instead of school. And then I did a review, which I really like this banner that I did. And then, you know, what worked in my month and what didn't. I reevaluate my bullet journal monthly, obviously. That way I can account for things that maybe I need to track this next month, or things that I didn't quite like if I tried something new. I like to try new things a lot, just because how do you know you don't like it if you never try it? And sometimes you can try something and you don't quite like it, but you can adapt it to what you do like. So I like to try things that I'm interested in just to see, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it does, I can add it. So lastly, this is December. I'm fairly proud of this page. I did this completely I had some reference materials from Pinterest, but for the most part I just kind of came up with this on my own, which it's not the greatest thing ever, but for me, coming up with things like this on my own is really difficult. I usually have to, like I did previously, either trace or copy or use reference materials. So the fact that I just kind of did this with a few reference materials for ideas and then I just kind of did my own thing was really awesome. There's a whole lot going on here. There are Tombows going on. I use my Pigma microns for the black lines. I've got some glitter washi here. These snowflakes are all washi, silver washi from Target. I have some, I think this is actually like Tombow with gelato over it, like the white gelato, just to kind of make it blend in a little more. So that is my December cover pages. I tried 2 pages this time, which I kind of liked. I don't know, I like the one-page ones too, but I really liked having it kind of end and then this is where it starts. Or there's like a buffer and then I get into my December. I love this, by the way. December is probably my favorite month. Egypt is my favorite for the fact that I really like what I did, but as far as what I enjoy the most color-wise, December, I'm petting my pages, you guys, oh my god. Okay, December is my favorite because I love these bright colors and I just love the way I did this, so I need to find a different descriptor word besides love, but I do love it. So again, I did the new word spread. I kind of failed at following through and I kind of forgot that I didn't use mild liners. I used Tombows, but that's okay. He had more words than this. I just completely forgot to open this. This is my December memories page. So we had obviously Christmas, which I really like this because this was done with 0 reference material, which again, like I've mentioned, is a huge thing for me. So 0 reference material. I drew these also with 0 reference material just from memory. They're kind of awful, but that's okay. They are little like $3 wooden houses from Target, and then I got a $3 table runner from Target as well with little poofs on it. It's not this color, I just did these colors. And I didn't actually use it as a table runner. I used it to put I used it like this on our TV stand. And then, you know, we had Christmas, so I drew some of the toys that my son got, including Bingo and Rolly from Puppy Dog Pals. He got a little stuffed animal of both. And I did use reference materials for these, but I'm still really impressed with myself because these were really hard for me to actually capture. So, I liked that. And then I just did a banner, because I actually colored this in at the Minnesota Planner Addicts meetup, so I obviously had to add that in there, so I added a little banner. So this is my habits and my Instagram tracker. Again, I had separate ones. I really like this, where I kind of made like the cutout here, and then the little like lights behind. I kind of messed up a little bit here. I don't even know. Yeah, you can see it, so figured I'll point it out. I did mess up because I counted wrong, but I just put some white out on and I just covered it up, and you can still see it, but I don't care. Part of my bullet journal is to learn to accept imperfections and not be such a perfectionist, because I think that for me, being a perfectionist just drags everything down. I get too caught up in how perfect it needs to be and how I'm gonna mess it up, and if I mess it up then I get into a tizzy about how I'm gonna fix it. No, I don't have time for that anymore. I don't have the energy for that anymore. I just don't have it in me to worry about little things that I'm not gonna care about next week. So I decided to just white it out, color it over with the yellow here, because this wasn't colored in at first, and this is part of why I started coloring everything in a little more. It's because I colored that in. And then I just put this vinyl die cut sticker from the Smushed Peach here. Again, I have my Instagram where I track how much I posted, which I obviously did a whole lot more in December than I did any other month. And then how many I did for my PR teams. Here's my sleep tracker, my steps tracker, straightforward, same as usual. I kind of hate this. I kind of love it. I don't know. I mostly hate it, but that's okay. So I bought the You Are a Badass book, and I think I started reading chapter 1. I haven't finished it yet, but that's okay. Like my other tracker, I'm gonna go back and fill it in when I am done with it. I don't ever expect myself to finish a book in a month because I just don't read as much anymore, which is really sad because I enjoy reading, but I am gonna finish this book. It's the book that I'm gonna finish next, so I can go through. So what I did was, obviously I just dove in and did my May right up front, and I finished this page and then I immediately went, oh no, because I was gonna do like a future log and some stuff up front. So because I made this mistake, I decided to put all that stuff in the back, which I actually really like because then I can keep all my collections and future stuff in the back to reference to, so I don't have to count out how many pages I need for it up front. But I did do it differently in my new bullet journal, so just go through some of these pages. I have some Crayola colored pencils, the 50 pack I think, or whatever, but I just put a swatch here. I've got my Tombow brush pens, which I obviously need a whole lot more, and there's 12 new colors since I made this. I have the Staedtler fine liners, I have the Zebra mild liners, and I have the Cotman Winsor & Newton watercolor set. And it honestly kind of bugged me seeing it when I looked back here, so I just taped them together and called it good. I have a weight loss tracker that I never kept up with. I don't even know what I started at when I did this, so I'm gonna probably do this a little differently. I have a cleaning routine that I also did not ever reference, so I'm gonna have to do that differently too. I have some date ideas, and I hate this, but it's just a simple list. I kind of hate how this went off to the side here, but again, I just let it go. I have a social media tracker that I never even touched. I have a bucket list next. It's just a checklist and dates of things I want to do and stuff. These are some random pages I threw in, and I don't know that I never ever reference these pages. I was just doing this to kind of play around for the most part, try different things. So if you haven't heard of Kevin Smith, which that's awful for you that you haven't, I feel bad for you a little bit. A lot of it. He has View Askew Productions is one of his companies, and he has what's called the View Askew universe. So it's different movies that he's made that are actually within the same character universe, kind of like Marvel movies or whatever, the superhero movies. So the first one is Clerks, then Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and Clerks 2, and I put how long those movies are too and how long the whole marathon would be. I don't know why, I just randomly did it. I was thinking about it one day and popped it in here. This page, I did this, I saw Caitlin Marie De Silva do this, and I did like a test that showed me what I am, and so I just kind of popped it in here. Again, I never reference this. I don't care. Once in a while I look at it just to see, I forget what I am, but other than that, I never looked at this. That is a payday tracker and a bills tracker. I have more pages. I don't even remember what this is back here. I have more pages I stuck together and I don't remember what it is. I have a summer bucket list of things I wanted to get done this last summer. Obviously, we didn't do very much, but that's okay. I got the these doodles I found on Pinterest, And then I have a decluttering page that I clearly did a whole lot of decluttering on because nothing is checked off. It sucks because I was really proud of this page. Yeah, I thought it was really funny because I was going with the Elsa that shit for decluttering, you know, let it go. So I was like, well, it's frozen, so I might as well make everything melt since it's next to the summer bucket list with the sun here. So I made everything melt, and I thought I was being so clever, and then I never touched this page. So, whatever, it happens. I went through some pretty awful postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety. So in an effort to stop feeling the way I was feeling, I tried to do this spread, what to do when stressed out. So it is hand meditation, breathing techniques, grounding technique, mindfulness, stop. And it's just different things. Again, I never reference this spread, but I did really enjoy that I did it, and it just kind of, even just doing this spread helped me out, even if I never referenced this. So it was okay in the end. I have, for some reason, I have the times to post on Instagram and YouTube. I don't ever look at these. I just post when I feel like it. But I had the question once, a couple times, so I just wrote it in here for future reference. I didn't even reference this, the funny part. I have a picture on my my computer that I go to instead of this, so it was stupid doing this. But that's okay. Again, I added it in thinking maybe I'll use it, and I never did, and that's okay. It's just something I don't have to transfer to my new bullet journal. And then I had started a new Pokemon game. I haven't finished it. I didn't get very far, but I did write down all of the Pokemon in that game that you can get in the version I have, or actually it's just all of them. So I marked off all the ones that I think gray is that I saw it, and a check mark, or the X, is that I caught it. So I don't know. I might go back and update this once in a while, because I will probably keep this journal, but for now, And then I have a bunch of empty pages that I'm probably just going to do some practice stuff in, or some challenges or something, or doodles. I don't know. I'm going to find a use to finish this because I'd really like to finish this journal. I've never finished a notebook or a journal ever. So even though I won't be finishing it with like months or collections or anything, I really do want to finish these pages off. So we'll see. It might just be doodles. I don't know. We'll find out how it goes. So, but anyway, that is my 2018 bullet journal. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed trying different things, finding what works for me, finding what doesn't work for me. And I found that, doing dailies and weeklies doesn't work for me. And I don't reference a lot of the stuff that I put in here. So moving forward, I'm going to try and be a little more mindful of what I'm putting in here as to what I might actually reference. I do have, obviously, a planner that I keep a lot of my reference materials in. So I'm kind of at this place where I'm not real sure what I want my bullet journal to be. It was supposed to be kind of an artistic outlet, but I want it to be functional still. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out, especially with my new planner. So I'll see, and hopefully you guys will see, because I really do enjoy the bullet journaling. I obviously don't do the bullet journal system, but this is a bullet journal, that they're two different things. But I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. I'm still figuring out. It is, the second week, I think, of July, of January, and I'm still figuring it out, but that's okay. No big deal. If I don't bullet journal through January, it's not going to hurt anything. So I might focus a little more on memories or something. I'm not sure. Or journaling. I think I might actually start to journal. We'll see. Now I'm just rambling. So I'm going to end this video so you don't have to listen to 20 minutes of me rambling again. I really appreciate you watching this if you got through the whole thing. Please, if you can, if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more. I'm trying to kind of mix it up a little bit so that it's not just all Plan With Me's and stuff. I'll hopefully be doing some more stuff here in 2019. We'll see what happens. But thank you for watching. I will see you guys later. Bye. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and flip through this. I'm not going to talk through it. Maybe I might stop and chat about a few things, but actually that's not true. Maybe I'll talk through the whole thing. I kind of failed. Oh my gosh. Get it together down there. You can't even hear me.